Because this dumb camera.
It's all white. That's why.
That camera. Oh, right. You've already gone live. Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
All right. So you've already got messages.
There we go. Right. Good morning. Good afternoon. Wow. Good morning. Good evening in England and everywhere else over the east side. And it's nearly dinner time here. Lunchtime. Who was that on me? Oh, it's a parcel.
Mailman.
Mailman. Something else has been delivered that Stephanie's bought. Obviously, ain't going to be from me, is it? What do we got going on, Steph? Gosh, we're coming in that fast now. Hi. Hi, Tom. Cloudy, 63 degrees in central Texas, yeah? Florida. Where else? Evening, Vern. Evening, Ian Howard. There we go. Paul. Hi. Tom. Good evening. Good evening. We got any questions then? Let's have some questions. What do you want to know? Steph's joining in on this one, obviously, because she knows more about doing the immigration stuff and all that malarkey. I haven't got a clue about that part because she did it all. We didn't pay for a solicitor, and like I've mentioned before, yeah, it's a little snowy here. It's only a little shitty.
Snowed this morning, yeah.
Mark. So yeah, Steph's joining in obviously because she knows all the ins and outs about legal garden and things like that. If you,
mine is a bat, so I have to read for him.
I can see a little bit. I've got my Beverleys on now.
I probably shouldn't say that since you're driving.
Yeah. Braille. When am I next on the road, James? I'll be on the road on Tuesday. I think I'm going out. The trailer. We've had quite a few little problems with the trailer, teething problems, but nothing untoward. I'll put that in another video. I've done a few bits about the trailer and the problems and things like that, but it is getting all sorted, and hopefully Thermo King are covering it all on warranty and stuff like that. Kevin, so Tuesday.
Kevin wants to know what your average mileage per year is compared to the UK.
143,000 last year I hit, which is the most I think I've ever. It's probably not the most because I was doing Florida and back on the first year all the time. I think I topped over that. But last year was 143,000 exactly.
Compared to the UK.
Oh, compared to the UK, treble. Yeah, maybe a bit more. Easily. Maybe a bit more. I don't know. I try to hit. I need to be doing 10,000 plus every month to earn a reasonable living because we're paid on the miles and stuff like that. So.
Where's the dog?
Where's the dog? We won't call the dog because he'll just go mental. He's sleeping, so we'll leave the dog out at the moment because he just goes mad. He still thinks he's a puppy.
What was your last truck back in the UK before you came to the US?
I can't remember. I'd rather not.
MAN.
Yeah, okay. Hitler's Revenge and MAN. I'm not a great lover of MANs. I'm sorry. I know so a lot of you guys are out there. They're a good work tool and everything like that. But I've done one of my videos, if you watch one of my last videos, about the stupid intermittent windscreen wipers on an MAN, and nobody can work them out because they just do their own thing. But they're coming on a little bit better. Anyway, while we're on the MAN.
Sullivans are
whiteheads. You can't ask me that. You can't do that. I'm friends with both of them. Stop right there. Whiteheads. There you go. I've said it. It's fish and chip shop. Somebody asked me back in Hornsey, my hometown. That's where the other people who don't know about that. It's a big rival fish and chip thing in Hornsey, my hometown, because it's the best fish and chips in the whole of the world. I'd say definitely in East Coast.
Do you guys get Northwest Cable News where you live in Washington? A longtime friend of mine is one of their weather people. Yes, we do actually watch Northwest Cable News sometimes.
Okay.
Somebody else asked up there what your favorite road or pass is in the U.S. so far.
If you look from the video where I did, what was the one where I did it by the ski resort? Going across Colorado over the, oh God, what road is it? Let me have a look really quickly on here. Yeah, the Colorado one. Have a look through that, and it is just absolutely amazing, man. It really. Some of the ones up here as well, where I live, basically, are really good as well. If I go out on the bike and we go over the Cascades or something like that, some amazing roads. There really is.
Somebody says hi from. How do you say that? Near Alicante.
It's gone. Yeah. Who was that? We can't go back. I used to live in Spain.
We can go
Crevalente.
back,
I live in
yeah.
Crevalente. Hi, back. Hola.
So the roads are empty.
Okay, yeah.
Magpie fish and chips.
Magpie fish and chips? What the hell is that?
Sugden. Is that that's is he related to
I don't know. Probably not. I've never
mm,
heard of magpie fish and chips.
what's the name? What's her name? Mandy. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Would you ever think of buying a truck? Yes, definitely, Terry. I am all the time. Ever since I've been here, basically the year I've been here, I still want to buy my own truck. Yeah, it's still in the pipeline, definitely.
Magpie fish and chips is in Whitby, I think. XYZ says. Ah.
What?
We do like Whitby. We've been there.
Yeah, we went to the one up the main street on the left-hand side in Whitby, the fish and chip shop there. This is really related to truck, isn't it? Fish and chip war going on. Next, we'll go on to the cup of teas, and it's got to be Yorkshire tea, by the way, guys. Just get that out there. Steph drinks all sorts of this malarkey stuff. I think she's on some Cornish stuff now.
Still do the job and be away for weeks on end if you had no sat-nav or digital communication, whatnot, to get a hold of me.
No, I don't think so now. Back in the day, we used to have to look for telephones. I've been driving 34 years now, so
Chris wants to know if you...
now to be a truck driver. Because of your internet stuff, I was only explaining to somebody the other day, when Steph reads the ladder story on a night, I'm in on the story as well with video link and stuff like that. It's absolutely amazing, you know what I mean? So probably not if they want for all the electronics and stuff like that. The GPS, yeah, I can do without that. But it just makes life a hell of a lot easier.
Mandy off Emmerdale.
Hey?
No, not Mandy off Emmerdale. Chris, are you the one that sent the tea? Is Chris the one that sent the tea?
I don't know. Somebody sent me a big bag of tea. We haven't been up yet. And no, I haven't. Because we haven't been up to the yard yet. So we still need to go up there. I don't. It's an hour or so. It's about an hour north from where we are, and there's nothing coming out of there unless I'm doing the flowers, which will be next month. So, Chris, thank you so much. Chris sent me a big bag of Yorkshire tea, so that was much appreciated. I'll be sorting out some other things if people want to send stickers and stuff like that. I'm going to use the back window of the truck, which is there. The back window, the back bed, the top bunk. I'm going to put anybody stickers who wants to send them or a shout out on there. That will be the space they can put it onto. Have you moved that bloody CV? Yeah. Yes, the CV's moved. Sorry.
Cold tea here in Texas. Yeah, we drink cold sweet tea up here too. Only in the summer though.
Ringtons. Yeah, I can maybe do a bit of that, but no. Yeah, ish. You know, I do like other teas. I will. No, I don't like Yorkshire tea. I'm not going to admit to know live on here. Who
said it? Somebody, Alistair wants to know if you wanted to sponsor English driver for work. Could you?
No,
it would have to be a company.
It's going to have to be a company. But the only people that I've found that can do this sponsoring thing is such as big company Swift and people like that manage. But you've got to be coming from a Warzone country, not a Warzone, or you've got to be what's it called? What's that? Lancashire, no. The wife would consider the Lancashire tea, yeah, Andy, but no, the wife would appreciate that. She'll drink any tea. But going back to the you've got to be refugee status. That's the only people who seem to be getting a temporary work visa for getting across here, and the big companies are doing that. Swift and all. England and people like that are getting people from Nigeria. I suppose quite a few drivers.
It should change here in probably by March. It should start changing for the better, where people are allowed to come back in for work, and visas are going to start being processed better, because right now everything's pretty shut down. But we have Biden in office now, so things should start looking better for immigration.
Yeah, I would recommend a fly drive without a doubt. I've put some comments on my thing. Wife's getting a website running at the moment, so if you want
eventually someday,
about any advice about trips or where to go, what to see, and shit like that, she's the lady to get in touch with. There'll be a link on my YouTube to where you can go and that. About a fly drive, would you recommend? Not San Fran though. I'm not a great fan. San Fran's okay, but don't go to LA. No, forget the LA. Don't like LA.
It's like a road trip.
Yeah,
but it depends on whether they want East Coast or West Coast.
Down to Florida.
Okay.
San Fran there. Settle to San Fran. But don't go down to LA. Once you get out of San Fran, just go east. Just do yourself a favor. Just go east. Forget LA. It's entirely up to you, but you're going to lose too much time.
Well, California is beautiful, and I highly recommend going to California. Obviously, there's a lot to see, but
Cumberland sausage. Oh yeah.
You won't miss much.
Tom, send it on.
Skipping LA. LA is my least favorite part in California, but there's lots of good places. I can't stand it.
Ian, Canada is so much easier to get into. Listen to my vlogs and stuff like that. Have a look at one of my videos, Meeting Up with James. Watch that one. That will help you a lot. It really will.
I gotta go do something about my hair. I'll be right back.
Okay. Bye.
It's bothering me. I can't have it up.
Do you think Anker would take on more Englishmen? Yes, they probably would. They like us there. There's me and Richard there. There's I got Richard a job there. Matthew, yeah. U.S.A, yeah. U.S.A is one of my favourite. Matthew is one of my favourite places. Another Matthew, straight after each other. U.S.A is one of my favourite places I've been to, without a doubt. Yeah, it's just the last video I've just done now is a lot of U.S.A going on in there and stuff like that. It's really good. And what was the other one before that? I missed. Sorry, everybody's going too quick. Where's the paper?
What's that? Oh, the super chats.
Yeah.
I know. We did have super chats on. It does help us keep track of questions because it pins you to the top.
Yeah.
For a little bit so we can see it. So if you've asked the same question over and over.
Lord Vernon, you both ill. Yes, Dave, we're very good, thanks. Yeah, Cornwall. No, Canada is definitely the place where you will get a visa. Obviously, at the moment, get in touch with any of the big companies over East Coast or something like that. They will sort all your visas out. They will even fly you out there. They'll refund your money on your ticket and everything. But just beware.
Chris says, I'll be coming over next year for a coast to coast and back. I'll be after tips. Okay.
So Stephanie's the one you need to
go. You want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because I organize every travel.
What I always say to people, the best way to do it is if you plan your trip out roughly where you want to see and stuff like that, give it a rough idea, or give Steph a rough idea of where you want to go. Yeah, and then she can work out the places you need to see so you are passing by them. Going back to Canada, that make sure you know how much they're earning. YouTube, Facebook, everything like that, the media. Everybody's out there willing to diss companies or tell the good or the bad, and usually the bad things they like to say about the companies. So do your research. I don't know that much about Canada. Well, I know it's above me, but I've never worked there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
Dazzler.
Dazzler, what we got?
Really looking forward to having you on the show.
Okay, Dazzler. Cheers, buddy.
That's in March.
That's in March. Yeah.
Let's see what day that is, and I'll tell you guys what day to look out for that. It's on my calendar here.
Yes, so Ian, I would like to come over to Truck Fest. I definitely would. I think it's end of August, something like that. If somebody can fire the dates, somebody wants to pay for my truck to come over. That would be nice as well. No, I would like to come over to Truck Fest. I'm still got massive interest in European trucks and things like that. Obviously, I was out there for a lot of years and stuff in there. So
I thought I scheduled it somewhere in here.
So yes, bring me down for that.
To
I'll be coming over for the Truck Fest.
Tell us what day it's on because I thought I scheduled.
Dazzler, just tell us the date again. There, it's 20th of March.
20th March.
Saturday, 20th of March.
Let me put it back in here. I don't know where it's gone.
Can't get a stamp. But here's a video doing the rounds. TikTok, there's a guy doing up the road out there in the US with a Scania cab over. There you go. If they give me I was only looking at one earlier actually. One popped up on.
Not a fan of cab overs.
No, I'm not a great. Oh, talking about cab overs anyway. The boss has just had his cab over all painted up. His old Freightliner that I did some videos and pictures of. With me and my lad up there on my Facebook. He's just had that painted up. I'm going to try and bag the keys and just do a flower run in it one day. Do something like that if I can, and let you see what it's like in the old. So that'll be fun. We'll make some music on that. TikTok, yeah, about the cab over. I would. I would consider a Scania, but it's just your parts and things like that. If one came across here, especially with the bigger cab I've been looking at. I'm looking at one this morning. Looks quite nice and stuff like that, but it's just parts.
The thing that drove me crazy about when you drove a cab over in England is that every time there was any sort of maintenance that needed to be done, they'd flip our whole living situation upended, and no matter how much you try to secure everything and get everything out that you think is loose, you end up with a mass on the windshield. And then they flip it back, and it takes me a full day to get everything put back. It's a disaster.
Yeah, Steph will pay for the truck to be flown over. It's the time off the road as well. That's the only thing. I don't think it's that expensive to get it there and back. I don't know, about $1,000 or something like that. But it's my downtime that I wouldn't be earning. You know, it's going to be over a month or something like that. Doing a career change at 42. Good luck, brother. You know. I hope it all works out to you. Just watch the companies you work for. I would go. Matthew. Oh dear. Hi Ian. What's he saying? He's what are the different laws in each state?
Cheeky Steve. Hey up, guys. Happy Christmas.
Oh yeah. Ian, yeah, you know, it is difficult to keep up with quite a few of the laws, especially with the sliding axles. Some will let you slide the axles right back, some won't let you slide the axles forward and shit like that, and all that different stuff. Some where was Matthew? Matthew starting driving at 42. Good luck. I would definitely go with one of the big companies. I've said this before. If you're going to just start trucking now, go to one of the big companies. They've got brand new gears, Stobart's. And not Swifter, but no. But
we sound quiet.
It gives you a start and things like that. And they've got all brand new gear. You're going to be trained out there, and it's a good start. It really is. I went down the route years ago going with with older companies. Don't get me wrong. We'd have the laugh and things like that, but I did get arrested for running without a license and stuff. But I learnt the hard way. But that's another story.
I'm trying.
Steph's missing.
Oh, I was trying to turn up the volume for the microphone because 2 people have said you've gone quiet.
Really?
Can you guys hear us? Let us know.
Swift are very good at crashing. They've got that down to a T. Yeah, it's a massive amount of trucks. W.S. Transportation? Don't know them.
We're near Scania.
Yeah, not far away. It's only over the other side of the river.
Yeah.
It's not that far, an hour away. No worries, Matthew. Good luck. Yes, Stobart's training. As I say, you know, these guys, it's in their own interest, and they pay for all the shit and everything like that. You don't have to stick with them forever. You know, you might like it staying there. You might get it down to a T and stuff like that. I couldn't work for a big company. There's too much control and things like that. I've been very lucky with Anker Trucking because I basically do my own thing. So
what happened last year when Steph got stopped by the police? Nothing happened. I've never had a ticket in my life.
I got a ticket the other day.
What happened was that I never put the new tabs, registration tabs, on the back of the license plate on the back of the vehicle, and I had them current, but it showed like they were expired. So she pulled me over without running the plate, and then said, "Oh, okay, I see that they're current. Sorry, go ahead."
The mic's cutting out when I lean backwards, apparently. All right, cheers. It used to be in May, did Truckfest apparently, but I think it's been put off till August. I'm not sure. Somebody better might be able to tell me something a bit better than that. I can't see it being in May this year anyway. If it was going to, it'd be cancelled. But there's not been a lot of talk about it.
Somebody asked about there are some Canadian drivers upset over the Keystone Pipeline being shut down and are boycotting.
Wow.
So yeah, there is some news about the Keystone Pipeline being shut down. Biden halted it. I have not run into it much, but I do know it's kind of a big deal.
Cheers, Chris. It's moved definitely out of the way for that. Leave that bull back.
He wants you to. I think Chris wants you to really move.
Yeah. He can be moved right out the way now.
There's a little. It drives me nuts. Even when I talk to him on the video call, there's a cubby right above it. There's a cubby right above it, and he could just simply tuck it up there. Just tuck it up.
How many companies have I worked for in America? Just the one. I've only, in my whole career of 34 years of driving, I think I've only basically driven for 5 companies on and off. And that was moving backwards and from Spain, and one went bust. in Spain on me. So, and that was coming back. So I only count basically 5 in my whole driving career. I'm not one for switching companies. I usually find if I find a company and work for it, don't just jump. See, a lot of people jump ship. It's their prerogative, you know, and they think the grass is greener and they try another place. Stick out of the company and see if you can work with the company to make it different for your benefit. You know, if you've got a lot of years driving and you've got the experience, you can usually have the upper hand to try and make it work your way. Don't take the piss out of them and things like that, though. You know what I mean? Just talk and see if you can change things if you're not happy with things. And if you can't,
what is that weird wooden driving? What the heck is that? So that is my African mask from Africa.
I don't know why it's there because I didn't put it there. Vernon must have thought it was me.
Same as Jack's truck and Jack's car.
Something interesting in the background, I think, is his goal.
Yeah.
And someone else asked about having Ned Kelly come to visit us. So we do have a spare bedroom.
He'll come for a ride one day, definitely. I'm hoping. I owe him a big favor for promoting. Do you have many truck shows in the US? Look through my other videos, Andy, and you will be amazed. Like, last year I didn't do so many. The year before, I managed to get in Florida for 75 Pro Shop, and I also managed to get the very start of IRA truck stop. So if you have a look through my videos, you'll see a few of those.
Never driven in Mexico commercially. We drove through Mexico in a rental car.
Yeah, I've driven over the east side as well and toured about Mexico, but not in a truck. No, I'd like
John, thanks for subscribing.
New sub.
Mike, I would like to drive through Mexico and that, but I think there's too many problems. You have to pay off too many people to be able to get through with your load. What we do is go down to the border. Somebody brings the load across. We get it chance shipped like a TIR thing. You know, it's pretty easy like that. Too many people need paying.
Is it
net top or net top?
Hello from Norway. Says he's not a trucker, but
there's the bean.
Road trips around the U.S. Bean is kind of grumpy. It's nap time.
Do you want the hat on, Bean? There you go.
Nap time for Bean.
No, we don't want to do hat.
How did you find transitioning from driving trucks in the UK to going to the US?
Well, I'd already had a bit of a heads up because I drove around Europe for quite a few years, and I lived in Spain for 10 years. So driving a left-hand drive is nothing new to me at all. So it was, it's pretty easy. Road systems, if you've driven all over the world and that, you pick up the way mannerisms on people's driving. So once you've done it a few times, it's not that difficult. Your first time you do it, I always remember it. If you're in a right-hand drive truck going abroad, it's easier than driving straight away into a left-hand drive truck. Just remember to keep your right self against the curb side. You come off a roundabout, keep yourself and the truck to the curb side or the car. So it's easy in a right-hand side, right-hand drive. There you go.
Everybody's happy to see Bean. Say hi. Hi. Say it louder.
Hi. Try driving in Brazil. I've driven in Morocco. I've driven in Chechnya, Kazakhstan. And Chechnya is one of the worst places in the world. I've driven in Georgia. Georgia over here, as well as Georgia over south of Russia, that's pretty bad. So I imagine Brazil's pretty similar.
Brazil isn't as okay, I would say I haven't driven in Brazil myself. I've been in a vehicle in Brazil while someone was driving, and it's not as scary as say Cambodia or India. I would say India is my top #1 scariest driving situation, and then Cambodia.
Hello, France. You're welcome. Bob, yeah, the sometimes I pay for the lumper, the unloading. Yeah, that's mainly over the East Coast, a lot of the places, because it's still like a lot of union stuff and things like that. It's a franchise out. They will pay for Dazza says hello, Bean. Say hi, Dazza.
Are you answering Bob about the lumper fee?
So you have to pay them because the workforce is subbed out to other people, so you just pay them. They get it back to the company again. It's just a bit far, to be fair. I just pay them now and get on with it. Or I can have a check. I can pay them with or whatever. We get the money straight back if I end up paying them cash. So it's no biggie, but that's the way it works. It's worked like that for years. A lot of stuck in the rut kind of things. Whereabouts in Brazil where you step?
Belém, which is near the mouth of the Amazon.
There you go. Happy days all the time. No, it's driving my wife nuts. Cheers, Terry. Jack, don't touch any buttons. No, he's gone to watch his telly, so he's moved on out of here. Good. European trucks in America. You just missed that one, buddy. I was just on about that. Definitely American trucks. It's all the size as well, and I do like the cab over. I really, I do like the bonneted truck. Definitely, the lower down, it's easier to see. There's less blind spots, even though I've got that big old bonnet sticking out the front. It is easier, but it's not like a Peterbilt. I have been forgoing my friend's Paul's big bonneted Peterbilt. That was interesting to say the least. I made some tunes on that gearbox, I'll tell you. But I'll be doing another one on that when I meet up with Paul again. We'll be doing another drive in it. He said I can have another go, so we'll get some videos and you can watch me drive that. They're quite interesting, the big old bonnets compared to the sloped down one of mine. Oh yeah, definitely American truck. Sorry. For a new truck drive, biscuit and loneliness on the road, especially. Yeah, if you're driving just UK, bud, it ain't going to be so bad for you, even if you're away like 4 nights a week or something like that. Like I said before, you've got video chat, you've got all that stuff and things like that. You've got to have a good wife behind you if you're starting the trucking. I've done it all my life, so Steph knew me as being a truck driver. But if you're all of a sudden going to jump ship from the house, I don't know. I can't say your situation, how your wife's going to take that and things like that. Some wives can do it, some wives can't do it. You know, if you've got 2 or 3 young kids, I can imagine that's going to be pretty difficult on the wife if you're not there to help out, unless they've got a good family behind them or something like that. So everybody's case is all different. Try it. You can always jack it in if you don't like it, or find another career in trucking. You know, there's plenty of different options. I have work, local work, over the road, long distance. All right, I'll have to look at that, Bob, for that that TV channel. See if, what that's about. There was a TV channel done on BBC 3 some years back about truckers sleeping away from home.
Because our porch light was annoying.
Okay, there's one for you, Steph.
What's that?
Your Brazil one again. My glasses.
No, Belém is not an island. I mean, it's.
I'll find another wife. Yeah.
Or wait, did he mention a different place?
I don't know. I've missed these guys.
I must have missed something because.
Yeah, Matthew, there is always that. There's plenty of them out there.
It's in an island in the south of Brazil. I don't know where he's talking about.
Like I just said there, no, there isn't really. It's super difficult to get a visa. Even if, right, I'm going to do the visa one now, and I am repeating it because I'm always repeating it, and I probably will repeat it, even though I said I am going to repeat it.
He'll forget that he's repeated it.
What am I on about? Anyway, so, Helen, getting a visa for out in America now, even if you did, like our circumstances, me and the wife, when we came across here, we put in for the visa when we got across here. It took 8 months for me to get my social security number. It took about a year for me to actually be able to get working. With that time, I'm not allowed to work. You've got to sit here. You've got to have enough money in the bank to support yourself. So there are 8 months for about a year. That was back then, 2 years, 3 years ago. Now, the minimum waiting list in my state, in Washington State, is 4 years because of the backlog of Corona and all shit like that. So even if you put in now, and you were in state or out of state, you would still be 4 years before they actually got to start processing. So probably another year on that. So it'd probably be 5 years. It's just shit show. It really is. And I can't see that's good. I can see the work visas starting to change very soon. We're still looking at them. If we could get work visas, definitely I would look into that and sort something out for people. But and do a driving agency or something. But at the moment, go up to Canada. Go to Canada. Get up there. They'll give you a temporary work visa. They love the Brits. I don't know whether Europeans as well. You probably find it pretty easy to get in there. But don't forget, that'll be a 2-year work visa you'll get for them. 2 years. Don't think that's it after 2 years. After 2 years, you can apply for your 10-year, apparently. I don't know the full ins and outs of Canada because I don't live in Canada. It's like me asking, people ask me what the wages like in Canada. It's like me asking you guys in England, what are the wages like in France? you know, that's the same scenario. I don't work in Canada.
Tom let me know that it's his fiance and stepdaughter, or soon-to-be stepdaughter, I guess it would be, that live in Florianopolis, which is an island in South Brazil.
Okay.
Now I get what you're talking about.
The sound's fading in and out, Steph, with your fantastic laptop.
I don't know. You're speaking very loud, so I don't
Really?
know. I guess we need to get an external microphone for our laptop next time.
Yes, we did have that going. What have we got? Who's in my fridge?
I think the difference is that I speak pretty quiet. Like I'm speaking up now, so it's louder. But Vernon's very loud, and I talk pretty quietly. So I think the microphone's trying to pick up me after being on him. I don't know, but I'll sort it out.
It works. It's all trial and error. Yes, I am a flip-flop. And I do wear flip-flops on a regular basis with socks as well. I'm proud to know. Bella.
How long does it take to get to Vancouver to drive here? If there's no wait time at the border and the border's open, which it hasn't been open for ages, Vancouver, BC in Canada takes about 50 minutes-ish on the freeway on I-5 going north. And if
Fish and chips, Luke.
If we're talking about Vancouver, Washington, because there's two Vancouvers, Vancouver, Washington is about 3 or 4 hours, which is near the border of the state line of Oregon and Washington down south.
Too many, Luke. Lots.
Favorite British food?
Fish and chips or full English?
No, they're not giving me an option of either or. They're asking what my favorite British food is.
Go on then.
That's really hard. I'll think about it. I'll get back on you.
Oh, Matthew, you're a star. You're an absolute star. The comfort people don't get it. Matthew's Italian. So come on, guys. If you read these comments, they all take the piss out of my flip-flops and socks. But as we all know, the Italians are known for their style and elegance. So Matthew is Italian and he loves socks and sandals. You saw it right there, wherever it is.
So it's funny. It's interesting. I'm reading. Matthew Smith says you're going really quiet, and then another Matthew, 2 comments down, says I can hear you great. So I'm not sure if it's our mic or not.
Cheers, Dave. Let us know. Just fire us a message on Messenger or something like that if anything comes up about the Truck Fest, and see what we can do. We are going to come across towards the end of the year. Stephanie's organised another great trip around the world and stuff. So I think we're doing the train thing last year. Was it last year, year before? We went all over the place.
2020 was a wash. Yeah. I had loads of plans for traveling, and then we couldn't go anywhere. So, yeah, we went through all the way from Scotland to Greece on a train with the toddler. So it was definitely an interesting experience. And about the food, I think anything with venison in it is amazing. And we don't get venison on the menu here very often. There's loads of deer and elk around here, and we hunt them and eat them privately, but it's not ever on the menu.
People stick it in the freezer and don't let go of it.
Anything venison, and yeah, full English breakfasts are good.
You meant BC? Did you say BC?
BC, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about 50 minutes, just under an hour. There's no wait time at the border. That can make it twice as long.
Struggling in your 7.5 tonner, just take your time and remember, Joe, get out and look if in doubt. If in doubt, always get out and look. It'll take you so much longer if you have to fill out insurance forms and shit like that if you hit something. So much easier, just get out and have a look. I'd struggle with a 7.5 tonner. I don't like that back end swing going on there. The reverse silly as well. It's all weird. 3 years, Craig. I've been over here. I know, 3, 4. I don't know. How long?
You've been here almost 4 years.
4 years.
4 years in June.
Yes, I have blasted train. Yes, we are. It is definitely in the pipeline. As soon as Bean gets a little bit older, we're looking at hunting rifles and stuff like that. Steph has persuaded me not to get an AR-15 or an AK-47 like I was after, because she says it's not. She wants to be able to eat the meat I shoot, not to take it to a forensic scientist to try and identify what it was when I shot it, when I've stuck like 20 rounds in it. But yeah, so we're going to get a bolt action or something like that, and see how we get on with that. And do some hunting. Steph can do all that gutting, the malarkey thing. I'll just do it.
Field dressing.
No, yeah. No, they're not going back to short, Bob. That was just the last one of that video in that line. So Steph just finished off the end of it because it was a bit too long to put onto the last video. So no, we're sticking with the long ones. I think they seem to be going well. You all seem to like those pretty much.
At first, okay, so I had it set for an hour and about an hour and 15 to an hour and 20 per section on this one, and it was going to be 3 parts. And then Vernon wanted the last one an hour or less, so I cut off the last 20 minutes. Okay, and so I only put the last little bit on, which is 22 minutes and some seconds. I figured since Vernon's doing a live Q&A, that you aren't going to be spending your entire day trying to watch through an hour and 20 minutes. So
against the law to have tattoos on your fingers in Texas. To get tattooed on your fingers.
Yeah, probably.
Strange devils. Yeah, 50 caliber would be fun. I was looking at one of them. That's gonna just destroy anything in the. But what was I see? I saw something else up there.
You can scroll back up.
Can I? Oh, I don't know how to touch this thing. I'll break something. Yeah, we'll stick to the long ones there, definitely. Hi again from Wigan, buddy. Wigan. I was sad to hear about the Wigan caravans, Mark. That was a good company, was that? I used to like going there. How long is the truck and trailer, Craig? All in all, the truck and trailer is about, the trailer's 53 foot. And as you can see, the truck's that long. From the front to back, I don't know, what will it be? 90 foot, something like that? Thanks, Dave. You're inboxing me there. Very good. Can I show the guns on YouTube? Yeah, sure I can. Yeah. We'll do a video on that when we go hunting and stuff like that. Did we do anything on when we used to go up to your dad's? We didn't, do we? No. We haven't really got anywhere to shoot at the moment because I used to go up to my father-in-law's out the back in the woods there, but he doesn't have that house anymore, so I'm just looking for somewhere else to go shooting at the moment. And a lot of the ranges are shut as well because of COVID. So no, it's too big. The Costco, Luke, the Costco trailers with the triaxle trailers and things like that, they'll do heavy stuff. All the heavy stuff that they leave straight outside to the supermarket, straight out their warehouse and things like that. So we are all limited. You know, people, it's only coast to coast and convenience that I do a tandem double trailer with a maximum 40-ton gross. Whereas in different states, we're quite heavy in Washington State. I think they're up to something like 50-ton or something like that. You know, with the container loads as well. The containers have come from Europe and things like that. They're obviously a lot heavier, so they need the triaxle trailers. And then you have a drop axle truck as well to carry those weights and things like that. But a lot of the states from state change, different varies. You know, we can't have triple trailers in Washington State. But the stupid thing is you can pass your test to drive a triple trailer in Washington State like I did. But you can't drive one. But you can in the next state on. So we can only drive double trailers. So you can drive the Arctic. I think it's a 40-foot and a 30-foot or two 30-foots. I don't know because I don't do that shit. It's more for your parcel force and things like that. I don't want one of them wobbly old rollable things. I struggle with one trailer. Good God, what would it be like with 2 trailers, man? I mean, a right state, especially going to a snock or army or whatever you call it, chaining up and shit like that. Hey up, Duck from Mansfield. I love that, John. Eh? Yeah, please. More tea, obviously. We're never going to say no to that. Where was there? Matthew, I thought in the States you can shoot anywhere. No, you can't. You can't shoot. We're in city limits. If you look out of my drive here across the other side of the road, I can go up to my buddies there. But it's just courtesy. I ain't going to go over there and start shooting me 45. There's too many houses around here. It's going to piss people off. You know, it's a bit of respect. Yeah, it's going to worry people if I start shooting into the woods and things like that. So people have a lot more, but it's not like you think coming over to the States and everybody's going to have 245s hanging off the belt. If you do open carry, which I can open carry, so it's revealed is the weapon and things like that, it's a little bit frowned upon now. People like, what the fuck? You know, it's like a penis extension, basically. So it doesn't really happen that much. People have a lot of respect for the guns and things like that. You can, at a drop of the hat, you can have that license taken away from you. People know that. You know, you only have to have a drunk driving or a felony, something like that. Your license is going to be gone, and people want to keep the licenses. So, yeah, I wouldn't go over there for respect to the neighbours and shoot over the other side because like I say, we're in city limits. Over the other side of the road is not city limits. I could, but I don't. Yeah. You have hunting lodge there in Texas, Tom. Yeah, I'd like to go at that wild hogs. That would be something I'd like. Yeah, that sounds fun to me. But a bit more difficult than just shooting some random deer or a buffalo in the field. That ain't gonna take much hunting. Chrissy, I've done the chain ones. If you go way back, have a look at in last year, maybe sometime, Snoqualmie. I can't remember if I showed chaining up or not. Or one not so long back this year over Cabbage, Devil, what's it called, Steph? Cabbage? What's Cabbage? Dead Man's Pass up there. I had to chain up there and I showed putting the chains on and shit like that. I've only done it once this year, touch wood up to now, 5 times last year, 4 times the year before that. Peterborough, 2nd of May. Still on the 2nd of May. We ain't going to make that then. Definitely aren't going to make May because I can't see us having our injections by then anyway. So
Well,
we're eligible because Steph's high risk and I'm apparently they put me up front as well because I'm old and I'm an essential worker. Yes, Nomadic, Nomad, I will have a look at your videos. I have a look at them. Good stuff. Get over to Nomads. He's another Brit out here. Just bought his own truck. Owner-operator he's gone. So have a look at his stuff. It's a lot easier to become an owner-operator over in the States than what it is in England. You don't have to jump through hoops and things like that. I can run the business from my house and stuff like that. Imagine parking my truck outside of my house in England. There'd be cries and tears and all sorts, weren't there? I remember I got reported a couple of times for bringing it home. And I remember some arsehole neighbour reported me for bringing my truck home. And what do you know, 2 weeks later, there was a 7.5 ton weight limit put on the road in Seat. Bastards. Yes, I will, John. I'll have a look at that, retired trucker. What's happening, mate? What's happening? I'll tell you. It's all going. It's all good, good, good. I've had plenty of time off this trip as well. I've been, I need to get rolling really Tuesday. People are asking when I'm going out again. What are the drawbacks about driving over here in the States? What are the drawbacks? Very, very long is the country. Extremely long. So, but to be fair, I don't stay away. It's only the same as running England down to... if I run Florida, which is the furthest one I can do, which I used to do all the time, which is like 7,500 mile round trip, I can do that in 14 days, 10 to 14 days. I've done it in just over 10, I think 11 days, but that was going like hell. So I'm away about the same time if I was doing England, Spain or England, Italy or something like that, because I can manage, I get down there, even though it's a lot bigger miles and stuff like that, you're going a lot faster. I can do 700 plus miles in a day and things like that. I normally like to average 6 to 650, and then it's pretty easy to, well, it's not easy, but it's on the ball, you know what I mean? And I'm earning money. It's all about the money as well at the end of the day, but it's been fun in between. I reported for leaving my old here in the street. Appreciate. No, that's it. They don't appreciate looking out the window, building up the air. I imagine not. You know, we've got a lot more room here as well in America. You know, you look at the houses and things like that. There's quite a lot more space. It would be different if I lived in the town, I suppose. So, but I found when I lived in Spain, I used to park my truck and my trailer right outside the apartment. So anybody looking out of the apartments could see my truck and trailer, and nobody ever complained. My landlady, in fact, used to like to come out and look at the truck. She was an old girl, and she used to love it, the truck being there. So because they respect your job a lot more. That's the thing. Just booked in for your Cat C test, medical soon. I've just done my medical the other day, actually. I've only got a year now, though. It only goes for a year, because I'm on tablets for blood pressure. They only give me a year. They've tightened down. Jesus, the medical this time was right. What was all that about? Cough and drop as well. What the fuck was that? It was a bit invasion of my privacy. I'll tell you in my medical. There it was. Always drop your trousers. Fucking truck driver. And I had to drop my trousers for a medical. It's like, seriously? Hey ho. Minces. Oh, yeah. Not allowed to say that word. Are the passes over here worse than the Blanc? Swings and roundabouts. If you watch my Colorado one coming through there, there's a 40-mile downhill on that one. That's pretty steep, is that? You know, that's a long way down. They're about as similar as Blanc, some of them. The Blanc, you've got the pleasure of going in and out of a tunnel to grab, you know, halfway down and things like that. But Snoqualmie is very steep coming down there. You come over out the top and start dropping down, and that can be, when it's really snowed up, that can be quite scary because it's just a long way down. And it's a lot of there is a couple of bridges that are built on stilts, the same as the Blanc and things like that. So about the same, really. There's some that are pretty easy, and I don't bother chaining the trailer on the drag axles coming down. It's just knowing the mountain, like all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like going back to the IP 5 days or the Blanc coming, or Frasers or something, where you had to drop down into the town and shit like that. It's all like Blanc and places that are, the roads are a lot better. You know, we're not single track coming down mountains. Yes, it was. The Blanc was bad, without a doubt. Sonny on the Italian side, you'd come out that tunnel, boosh, and it'd be totally different. You're too right. Same over here.
Who wants to know what you think about team driving?
Never gonna happen. Do you really want me to tell you? I've done it twice. Once I left an Eastern European Bulgarian driver in the port going into England. He jumped out and he didn't have a passport. So I said to the woman in the front, he didn't speak English either. He only spoke Spanish. I was working for a Spanish company. I was done with him. I just left him there and came home. My boss called me up. He said, "Where's that driver?" He's calling and said, "You haven't picked him up." That's too right. Sorry. Another one, I bailed ship in Italy. Second time, I did it with a driver and just hitchhiked back to Spain. I couldn't do the double manning thing. It's not for me. I'll take the wife and the kids with me, but somebody else driving, it's just, I don't like it. Sorry, it's never going to work. They can earn big money over here. They're earning like 75 cents a mile, both of them. They're earning some serious money. So if you've got my husband and wife team, they're earning some big money. And they're only doing about 1,000 miles a day. So you're not constantly driving. You have got a bit of a break in between. But it's getting the right company to work for to earn those certain miles. Murray, you have a good start tomorrow. Is it Monday tomorrow? Yeah, Monday tomorrow. Good luck. I'm off for another day, so... she's here. Have you ever had to be recovered from anywhere? No, touch wood, I haven't. I've always managed to get the truck home and things like that. I've always managed to keep it going and managed to fathom things out everywhere.
What is Steph doing her CDL?
She isn't. Quick answer? No.
Steph has other talents that lie elsewhere.
Yes, exactly. We struggle with each other's driving as it is.
He would never shut up if I was behind that wheel. He wouldn't sleep. He would never sleep with me behind the wheel. Not that I'm a bad driver. He just can't surrender that sort of control.
CPC. No, we don't have a CPC over here, but to take the test is quite rigorous and what have you. You've got to know about the air brakes, how the air brakes work, how to take the slack adjusters out and shit like that. I was quite amazed. I failed my written test 3 times when I first came over here. So, you know.
Knock on wood sounds better than touch wood. I agree with you.
Okay.
Touch wood sounds dirty. Sounds rude.
All right, moving on. Heathens. So, yeah, the CPC, I don't think is a bad thing. Going back to that, I think it's a pretty good thing. But I think it's a bit of a cop-out that you've got to pay for it out of pocket, a lot of companies like I did and stuff like that. So I'm not in agreement to that. Definitely shouldn't. Cheers, Dave. Star Trucker. Crack on. Is the truck parking expensive? Billy, we don't usually pay. You'll pay over the east side, a lot of the or LA. LA's a nightmare for parking. I got done. But,
if you want like prime spots in the truck stops, then they charge for a nightly fee for like a reserved prime spot.
Yeah.
But you can find decent spots without having to pay.
Yeah, it depends where you are in the country. Like you might pay $10 in Loves or Pilot. I think it's $10 or $12 for the reserve parking. If it's somewhere where you know, and they'll all have set spots, so you can reserve in advance if you know it's going to be busy late on a night. So it's cheap. We get it all back for the company. It's not ridiculous. It's not like you're $20, 25 quid or some shit like that.
Ian Walker wants to know what's the retirement age for drivers in the States. I believe it's the same age for retirement anywhere in the States, and that for any occupation. And I think they've increased it to 67, but it might still be 65. Working hard to look
Speak
after
up,
the
Steph.
kids. Somebody says I work hard to look after the kids and the pets and organizing his videos. That's true. I also grow about 60% of our food on our land and take care of chickens, and I sew and I paint and all sorts of things. So
Terry, do I get recognised in truck stops? Busy. Not really. It's a big old place. Remember, a couple of places. Yes. Where's the bean? He's gone to sleep, Dave. I was watching telly doing some probably wrecking my truck.
oh, yeah, I'm a quiet talker. I'd have to shout. I feel silly shouting. Now I'm shouting.
You are shouting. You need some kind of small truck. Yes, we're getting some stickers done, hopefully for the truck and things like that. Which my the old man boss will be so happy to see these. Yeah, the John that CPC is basically guaranteed pass. That's why I didn't go. I did one before I moved out. I did my first one and shit like that, and I was pretty amazed by how stupid and dumb it was that I did the 3 modules the same or 2 modules the same. But the people who were taking the exam said that's okay as long as you get the hours in. The fuck was all that about? It's just all about money shit. That's for sure. You know, so if you had to do all the different ones, that's a different kettle of fish. But when we just had to get them hours up and all they wanted to do was get the revenue, it was the poor driver getting a tax on him just for being a driver, basically, because you're an easy target because they have your address for the truck driving, so we'll tax that bastard and take some money out of him, twats.
Are you on a lease purchase program?
No, that's I have looked at those because a few of our drivers at work do have a lease on the Peterbilts and things like that, and we have 3 Peterbilts on lease, which is a big thing I'm looking at into as well, because the lease hire can be written off as tax all the way through the 5 years of the lease, whereas buying a new truck I can only write off the depreciation value for the first 2 years, which, yes, there's a lot of things I need to look at before I'm buying my own truck and things, which is pretty scary, you know, that do I get high lease or whatever. You'll all get to know soon enough. Why would he want a Man City kit? I don't do football. Yeah, maybe he'd like that.
What's your favorite truck, U.S.A. trucks or European trucks?
U.S.A. truck. I love the room. I love the. It's with it being a lot lower down, it's a lot easier to drive. And look, I like it. They don't seem to bounce as much. So.
Oh, now I figured out why I look enormous.
I was like, why is my head so huge?
You've got a big head. When I'm moving away from the mic, is that me or Steph?
I'm not very loud.
Is there a big difference with the cost of living? Stephanie sorts all the money out and things like that. She's very frugal with the money. So we have a very good living on what I'm earning. The money isn't massive over here. I don't think you're going to get, if you come up to America or Canada, you're going to earn big bucks. You're not going to earn big bucks. You'll probably be earning as much as the super truckers your mega truckers now are here in Europe. So your mega truckers, you might earn as much as them. But don't forget, I put a lot of hours in. I do a lot of work, and I'll work like a 10-day, 13 days straight without stopping. So.
Did you struggle with the food when you first moved over here? I know I did. Andrew Williams.
I miss fruit and nut chocolate, proper chocolate. They have Hershey's over here, which is disgusting, man. And I'm a real chocoholic. So that was difficult. That really was. And it was like, what the shit is this? How can they get the recipe when it's the same company, basically? Wrong. What part of Yorkshire from? I'm from Hornsey East Side, East Coast.
But there's foods that you like a lot that you didn't know
Buffalo
about
burger.
before you.
Buffalo burger.
Yeah, and our burgers are better in general.
Fish and chips are terrible. They don't have bad bacon. They have very bad bacon. They have no black pudding.
Bacon.
And even the tea has to be, I have to get imported tea because the Yorkshire tea that I have got here tastes shit. So yeah,
but I cook things that you really like that you
never Stephanie's an extremely good cook. So
we don't actually go out to eat very often. We eat at home mostly.
No, if you watch my other videos, Steph does me a lot of frozen meals that I have on the road and things like that, and what have you. You're from Hull. You're not from Hull. You're from Hull. There you go.
Tastes like sick. What tastes like
sick? The chocolate.
Oh.
The chocolate is
Hershey's.
Hershey's.
Yeah, because they use a sour. They use buttermilk, which is the leftover liquid after churning butter, and it has like a sour milk flavor to it. So I don't know. It's not
Yorkshire pudding. She's getting better, Matthew. We're having them today. We're having Sunday lunch today, so they're coming on good.
The Yorkshire pudding came out perfect. I just had to figure out the ratio and what fats taste best.
What do I think about company drivers being salary with a bonus? I don't know. I don't mind my mileage and things like that. We get good bonuses as well. I've had 2 this year, and the end of the flower season was a nice one, and at Christmas we got a nice one. So I am after a pay rise right at this moment in time, but we'll see where that's going at the moment.
Get your Yorkshire tea on tap? Oh, no, you can't get Yorkshire tea at all.
We have bought some before, and it tastes crap.
Yeah, we found it. It was an import store sort of discount thing, and I bought them all off the shelf. I just basically cleared it off the shelf into my cart. And they were okay, but I think that they weren't the freshest Yorkshire tea that was. So, but otherwise, we can't find it here. So.
Has to come from donations like
yes, Yorkshire lad. I'm used to the cold and wet weather. We've got it's very similar where I live up north. Thank you, Steve. Where's these paying ones now? What's happened to all that? I'm not going to get a bull bar at this rate, am I? Easy, Dave. It's not Steph. You look gorgeous. All right. Can't hear Steph. Some people can hear you, some can't. Do I get to pick my runs with Anker? Yes, basically. Well, ish. He will. It's really good. Like I say, I've been pretty lucky with the company. If for example, I'm over the east side or something like that, and he's got one that's going to take me further away, like down to Florida, rather before I come straight home, he'll always ask me first, look, I've got to run down to Florida, so he's going to put an extra days on. Do you want to, should we take it or not before he takes it? So, they're pretty good. He knows I like the big long ones too, because they earn the money rather than doing short stuff. But when it comes on to the, how long do you?
How long did it take for the locals to understand your Yorkshire accent?
They don't.
My parents and family members still can't understand him. So his in-laws, who are familiar with him, still look to me for interpretation.
Cheers, bud.
McTam
Racing. Thank you. Cool.
Here in the UK, higher hire purchase is far more advantageous than leasing as far as income tax is concerned. Hire purchase, you get the tax breaks. Leasing, the leasing company gets the tax breaks.
Right, it's interesting. It really is. Because like I say, this leasing thing, my bosses, because my truck's owned. The company owned my truck, obviously buying an hire purchase, but it's we've got 2 Freightliners, we've got Volvos on lease hire, a Volvo, and we've got about 3 Peterbilts on lease hire. And one of the bosses really likes the lease hire, and it seems to work very well for them because it's less responsibility for them. They pay for the tyres and all things like that as well, does Packard. But I'm not a great I like the Peterbilt, but I don't like the Packard engine. So that's my only gripe. I need to have a go in one of the bigger engines, though. Where do you get your tattoos, then? Dave, I haven't had any more tattoos. I had my neck done in out over here and stuff, and my fingers done in Mexico. But I haven't. I'll wait until I get back to England. It's very expensive out here. I have Big Rob. I have Big Rob over in Hull. He's done a lot of my work and stuff like that, which I like. I like the attitude, and I like his price there, and he's good work. So I'll be going back there when I get home. I'll be booked in for a day to get some more. My mates in the US, Tom, the accent, they really do. I have to speak slowly. My boss is 70, 74, something like that. He's an old Dutch guy. He cannot understand a word I say still. 3 years I've been there. Not a Scooby. He looks at me like, the fuck did that guy just say? I may as well speak Spanish to him, to be fair. So I have to speak to his son, and then he translates. Right, going on. There you go. It worked.
Where did you get your tattoos? Always collected them for decades.
Some in Spain, some in different parts of the country, and that. Like I say, majority of stuff was done by Big Rob in Hull. It's not worth buying your own truck for a solo driver to do team. Yeah, if you get with a good contract with that team, but I can't do the passenger, can I? I do the team. I don't. Oh, you can't sleep properly. I think it's flipping dangerous. Some of the, bouncing about. I don't think you get a proper night's sleep. I just don't think it's not for me. It's for some people, not for me.
Does everyone in the U.S. think we all come from London?
No, everyone in the U.S. doesn't think you all come from London,
but a lot of Americans don't even realize that England is an island, and Scotland is part of that island. They don't understand the geography at all, so they wouldn't even be able to point out where London is on a map if you took away all the words.
Yeah, they all seem to think that you must know their friend as well, because they know somebody from England. They'll all say, "Do you know my mate Bob from England? Small place in England. You must know them." No. What's this one? I own 7 trucks here in the UK. I never lease. I only buy them from a 5-year plan, 3 years paying them, often 2 years earning from them, then use them. It's possible. Yeah, that's what. A good friend of mine up in the office, she has a couple of trucks, her and her husband and what have you, and she was only saying the other day that they had to, obviously for tax purposes, they had to get rid of their older truck because they couldn't afford to keep it. Buy a brand new truck, they'll be only keeping the brand new truck now for 2 years. It costs them too much money to keep it any longer than 2 years. It's throwaway state. It's strange how it is, but that's the way it's working. That's the way it goes now. Is that guy after a job? Which one, John?
There's loads of guys after.
Somebody's rang my boss as well about a job as well. Apparently, an Irish guy with an American driving passport. So I don't know. He'll be coming over soon, I think. So there might be somebody else joining the team.
Would you like some tea sending? So we've had several requests for where to send tea to. I will post, I guess, his work PO, or maybe get a PO box. Either way.
I'll send them to work.
We'll sort it out.
We've got plenty of tea at the moment.
We do. We have
Thank you.
Thousands of tea bags right now.
If I know the Queen, yes, I tell them I'm related to her.
You married her.
Yeah, I'm married to the Queen. Coronation Street, good old day. No, I was in Emmerdale, man. I've been to Emmerdale Farm 3 times. I've met Seth. I've been in the Woolpack and shit. I was a big Emmerdale Farm thing. But Steph found it on one of the channels the other day and put it on. And that, is it Ryan or somebody? He's still bloody bubbling, that gay guy. He was still crying. What the hell's wrong with him? So turned it off. I ain't watching that shit anymore. Crying Ryan, yeah. Yes, John. I'm gonna, like I say, the things are pretty run similar but different if you're over here with hire lease and purchase and things like that.
What kind of tea do you drink? Obviously, he drinks Yorkshire tea.
Yorkshire tea every time. Living in East Yorkshire, you're related to little thumbs, mate.
Could be good old Ned Kelly phoning.
No, it isn't. I checked that out. That's what I thought. But
yeah.
no, I did think. But yes, I would like chocolate. Send me that chocolate instead of that fake shit.
Hi, Adam. Hey, Vern.
Hi, Adam.
There's plenty of tea in the U.S. We do have Tetleys. We have
PG Tips. We have what else?
Yeah,
we do have them, but they're not. It doesn't taste the same. I don't know why.
Ringtons out here, but it just doesn't taste the same. It tastes dry. It tastes shit. It tastes crap. It's got to be in. I've got to get it shipped directly over because it just tastes.
The only tea I have noticed that has the same flavor is Twinings tea.
Adam, where did you all meet? Online. Steph was coming back from Cambodia. Sorry, David, I'll get you in a minute. It was Cambodia. I'd just finished my trip. I was on a adventure chat thing because I'd just done Kazakhstan and back on my motorbike. So that's how we sort of met. Steph was in England at the moment, having a stopover before she was flying back over to the States. We lived in England for 6 months before moving back over here. That's quick, short of it. When's my next trip? I'm leaving on Tuesday. My trailer's in at repair. I'm leaving on Tuesday, I think, to the east side of Washington to load for either Georgia or Florida again.
Somebody wants to know if you want beer from the UK.
No, I'm all right with beer. I love the IPAs over here. I'm a big IPA fan.
Washington State has probably more beer than anywhere else on the planet.
Yeah, we have some really good microbreweries as well, which are the dogs, like 11% proof and stuff like that. It's real rock and roll stuff. Wobbly juice.
The only thing that's hard to find here is a bitter.
It's not very common to find a bitter beer. So, but we do have a place nearby that does all imports from all over the world, and they usually have about
50
on tap. So, did you cry? Yes. What?
At the end of Ghost. I can wait wax in BM so you can get loads of chocolate. As long as it's the real McCoy. Kettle's over there, but yes, they do. We do have a kettle. Lipton's tea.
I came with the kettle.
Yeah. Steph likes the kettle because she always likes tea.
Canadian beer.
Do we get doggins laybys? I've not seen any at all. It's not like your shit mincers working up and down like in Germany and stuff like that, dodging in and out of hedges. If you watch some of my posts, you'll see they're super safe to go to the toilets and the amenities. In the rest areas on a night in, every east side's a little bit different, some sketchy areas like anywhere, but the majority of them, middle of the night, you'll see women using the bathrooms and stuff like that without a worry of being attacked or anything like that. It's forget all the media and shit. You see people gun shooting and tooting each other and things like that shit. It's not, man.
I think culturally, because we're more open about sexuality and like just whatever floats your boat sort of thing, I don't think there's a lot of people trying to get up to like sneaky mischief, and that's why we don't have dogging issues anywhere.
Yeah. People go to there's bars that do that or nightclubs that do that shit. So
there's private clubs you can go to for that sort of thing.
There's no need to be all that sneaky and stuff like that. It's quite open and out there.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris. What's the one thing you miss? What's the one thing I miss? My mum.
Yeah.
My mum.
Yeah, we just spoke to her before we came on here. And she finally got her first vaccine.
Yeah, she's 89 next month. So that was a hard thing leaving mum. Was expecting to be going over every year or so, or twice a year, but we can't obviously with the shit that's going down. I miss a proper pub. Yes, no, I think I do. Pubs, I do miss pubs, but I do like the pubs as well here and stuff like that, which I haven't been for a long time.
They're closed, yeah.
I reckon he cried at the end of the Ghost, like at the end of Ghost. Yeah, yeah. Poor Donald. Nobody's spending anymore, Steph. No bull bar. All sorts of stuff. Send them over, Alan. Send them to my work. Anker Trucking, Sumas. Care of Vernon Keylock.
Yeah, that will work.
Yeah, Matthew, it will be here all the time. Hopefully, we're getting towards the end of it now. Fingers crossed.
I'll post at the end of this video. I'll post the address for Vernon's Anker Trucking, the company he works for, up in Sumas, and you can send things there, care of Vernon. But
any stickers, flags, or any of that shit, so I'll put them on the top bunk, like I mentioned. Yeah, you can see them on the videos and stuff like that.
But I'll set up a PO box for him, because I think if he starts getting any more stuff
sent their way, they might get a little annoyed by it. So I'll figure out a PO box, and then I'll let you guys know when that gets sorted.
Have I run over any animals? Pete, I ran over a deer. I didn't know the guy in front of me ran over it with two of them. He smashed over. I just ran its legs over. Last summer, bits of its carcass were all hanging down the side and shit. It's not nice. I've been pretty lucky. I've done a skunk, rabbits. What else? There's a lot of animals roaming about, especially when you're going over the reservations and shit like that. You got dogs, horses, drunk people, and quite a few other things you've got to avoid as you're going through there. So, yeah, cows as well. There was a cow the other week. I think that buffalo up in Canada, going up in the Yukon and stuff like that. So
several people have asked now if you're still competing with the train blast. Yes, he does it all the time.
And I just realised that loves the trucks that I fuel up all the time. They sell train horns.
Yeah.
So the game's on. Competition probably be fitting train horns as well.
Do you ever get stuff stolen from your truck, like in the UK, fuel and truck bits? No, we don't steal much here, unless you're in
petty thieving.
Inner city areas, like big cities. You probably have theft issues, but not from truckers or anything. You'll get burglaries for businesses and residential houses, but we don't have a whole lot of theft here, and I think that the risk of getting your face blown off is probably a good hindrance.
Yes. Somebody in New Zealand. Hi there. I'm sorry, it's just gone up the top. I've just missed your name there, brother.
Is it safe going through the Indian reservation? It usually is, but not. It's kind of iffy lately, and then you don't want to ever stop. If you're going to go through one, you need to know that you don't have to stop for anything.
Just keep going and go through. You know, keep yourself to yourself and what have you. And the problem, they're not upset. They're not wanting to stop because they've had big problems over the Navajo reservation with Corona and stuff like that. So they're frightened of any outsiders going near them. To be fair, they live in a small community. You know. Close community, it's close knit, so it's spread through there pretty bad. They're all on full lockdown as well now, so nothing's open basically. None of the takeaways are open or anything like that. They did open them up again, but Richard, the guy at work, one of my colleagues, got his truck bricked through the Navajo. That was Custer's up there where Custer had his last battle. He got his truck bricked through there, but now there's big signs up, don't stop or anything like that. The problem is a lot of them are police on the Indian reservations are policed by reservation police, and there isn't a great lot of them, so you're basically on your own when you go through. So you just foot down and head down and get the hell out there.
We got hit by something in the middle of the night that one time. He had a split screen, and we were lucky that it hit the metal part right in between the two panes of glass. I don't know what hit it, but it was hard enough that it bent the metal bit in and shattered our window. It was about 2 a.m. in the morning when we were going through the reservation, and that happened. Still don't know where it came from or what it was because it was pitch black. Vernon, is your part of the channel capturing the footage and the wife does all the cutting, editing, and posting?
I'm the talking. Yes. No, I'm joking with you. Yeah, no, she does all that. I just do the waffling bit. No, I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. And I don't do any of the editing. You've seen the beginning videos. The shit, man. I was just me posting and crap like that. So I can't do that more. Like I struggled turning the laptop on, let alone doing anything else with it. And then she buys me new things. Where is it? Like this. I've just got used to the other camera, and all of a sudden, oh, there you go, new camera. She says, I'm like, what the fuck do I do with it? So, well, we're getting there. I missed one though. It was a question answered. What's the difference? Something about moving over the USA. What is the pros and cons of moving to the USA? The truck stops are amazing, absolutely fantastic. Clean showers everywhere you go, just about, you know. And you're never usually 60 miles away from the next truck stop, or Lover Pilot, or any of the big franchise ones. So, yeah, I love it out here. To be a truck driver, I've driven halfway around the world now. I've ridden my motorbike halfway around to a lot of countries, 52 to be precise. I like showing off about that. And America is the best place in the world to be a truck driver. Fact, that is.
The pay is much better, but I would say a major con in living in the U.S. as opposed to the UK is the healthcare crisis that we're in. Vernon and I both will have no healthcare at the end of this month. Luckily, the kids will still have it, but I'm not sure what we're going to do because it's so damn expensive here that it's impossible for us to pay out of our pocket.
I'm getting a bit of money from work now that started to give me some towards the healthcare and things like that, but it's not really scratching the side. So we need to talk to them about that.
Yes.
I haven't been in the army. No. Somebody asked if I've been in the army. I was out in Yugoslavia in '93, I think, with the Cheshires, and Colonel Bob Stewart and all that malarkey. I was Christmas Eve. I was in the Naffy bar, extremely wobbly, and that was a hell of an experience. I was running relief aid out there for about 3 months. Brilliant. Yeah, there's another one. People are on about money, about moving over to the States and things like that. If you want to earn money, you aren't going to earn big money. I always said that. You aren't going to earn massive money. You aren't going to earn massive money being a truck driver. Apart from if you want to go in a war zone. Get into a war zone. If you want some thrills and earn some money, that is where you're going to earn some money. Seriously. There's wars always going off. They're always wanting drivers to run out there. They did tighten down a lot, and it was only ex-army military people that started taking on a lot of places. Crown Agents is one that used to do it out of London that would organise a lot of the stuff, and you will earn some spondoolies out there. I was earning £200 a day in Yugoslavia a day. This is in '93 tax-free. You know, so that is the way forward if you want to earn some money and have a thrill, but you will get shot at, I can guarantee that.
Seen any small town cowboy type towns? Yes, he has.
Yes, we have quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting more commercialized, but it does. The main part of town does look like a cute little western town. And then if you go straight up Highway 20 from our house east and to Winthrop is a tiny little western town, and it has a saloon and everything. It's really cute. And we've gone to several places that are preserved western towns, that like Virginia City and things like that, and they're very fun. They're very touristy, but it's fun to see it.
Yes, I'm still in about the truck. If you looked at the beginning, where you should have tuned in earlier. I'm still, and I would still work for Anker, yes. They haven't upset me enough yet, which is surprising because I usually argue with all my transport managers. We haven't really argued yet. So something's wrong. We're doing right with it by each other, I think. There's plenty of companies. There is plenty of companies out here that will give you health insurance, but when you look into the health insurance, it's not worth a toss, to be fair. It's pretty shit. There's prepay and stuff like that. So I haven't yet. They all advertise on the back. We get vision healthcare and stuff like that when they're advertising for jobs. But when you look into the small print, that healthcare ain't worth. They aren't giving you anything for nothing. You know what I mean? There's copay on top and stuff like that. Ain't that? Are we keeping you up?
No, I'm just tired. Is health insurance expensive? Yes, health insurance is very expensive. It depends on how old you are and if you have pre-existing conditions. So it can get pretty expensive. Yeah, up to like or more than $1,000 a month per person.
What trucks have I driven best and worst? The worst truck was a 4-cylinder Fiat I used to drive when I first started driving, and it used to take me forever with a headwind to get down to Portsmouth or Poole. I'm talking like 11 hours at 35, 40 mile an hour with the truck up shit like that and sleeping across the seats. That was rubbish. The best truck is the truck I'm driving right now, Freightliner Cascader. Did I argue, Darren? Did I argue with Alex Hamilton at Draper's? Oh my God, we'd have some humdingers. I smashed so many phones. We would. No, we don't. If you look at one of my old trucks at Draper's, you will see punch marks in that MAN sign in the middle where I have punched that steering wheel and bitten it and I'd rear up. We used to argue a lot, but better mate still afterwards. He gave me a fantastic reference when I came over here and said that he'd take me back anytime. So yeah, he's a brilliant guy to work for. He really is. Bit psycho, bit crazy, but that's what you like. Good company. Very, very good company. Well looked at.
Edward says there's plenty of companies that will give you health care. Go work for them.
Like I just said, you look into those healthcare and things like that. And there's companies that are offering all that. You have a look at the ins and outs. I don't think they're offering that well. Or the wages are down. They're not on as much. It swings and roundabouts. You know, like I say, people don't do anything for nothing.
We have a different opinion, the two of us. But
hang on. Best motor of Eco Turbo Star. What do you think about the wipers on those on the mirrors? What do you think? Was that a good idea or a bad idea? I don't think it was that good, but it looked cool, I suppose. Yeah, they were a nice looking truck.
Darren wants to know if you meet up with him in Vegas, Alex. He hasn't been over here.
He hasn't been over. I would do if he was over here and I was down there without a doubt.
We miss him. We love him.
He's a good guy.
Where are we? Oh, what time is it there?
Oh,
It's 1:15 p.m. here. You're in the UK. It's 8 hours ahead.
Dean, that's not very nice. Why would you even bother? Anyway, down right down the bottom. Seems like Americans need to get rid of insurance, and yeah, that would be lovely. That would be the best place in the world, actually, if we did have the national insurance sort of the national health service, which is brilliant, and England's well known for it being a fantastic thing. Thank you, Richard.
Well, NHS is still insurance. It's just provided by the government.
You're still paying out of pocket. You're still paying for it. You look at your.
Ours is just privatized, and what comes out of your paycheck is about the same as what comes out of our paycheck to pay for Social Security.
Oh, sorry, Dean. I've got you now. You're on about the mirrors. Yeah. Oops, misread it. Yes, the mirror. It was a strange sort of thing. What they did was they put wipers on the mirrors on these Avicos, and it never really worked. They used to break.
He says your cup still has a price tag on it. Maybe underneath of it. It survived the
Oh my God!
No, I swear, more and more these days they will survive going through the dishwasher. Even they make them harder and harder to remove those price tags.
On the Olympic, I remember looking in one of those Olympics and thinking, "Wow, this is some kind of cab." Years back in Lackland-Kira, a guy had one and he was showing us it. And he was like, "Yeah, cool. That was a cool cab." Yeah. No, I can't pop over the border because obviously I'm working over here. I don't know how that'll work in different things, to be fair, with the health insurance over there. No, it's totally different countries. It's like you nipping into France. They're going to say, what do you want? Yeah, we looked at that with Top Cat there and said his wife's Thai. But
yeah,
it was 1,500 we're going to have to pay for you and each kid.
It was £1,000, but it was it came out to like 1,500.
Bella, can you sort Jack out?
My son's screaming about something.
It's
I can tell the difference between an emergency scream and a toddler having a fit about, I don't know, something random and small sort of scream. Somebody asked something. I'm lost. I'm gonna go check on the kid.
Try holding yourself together until we come back to the UK. Yes, we will be back as soon as this as soon as we get injected, which shouldn't be the far into the distance, we will be coming back. No, not obviously living. We're coming for Steph's starting a big road trip out, and we'll be off for a month. But the flowers will be starting soon, so I won't be going for another about 3 months. I'll be flat out on the flower runs like I was last year. I can earn some big money on them. No price tag on Stephanie's. No, there's no price on that girl. Guys, some questions about I don't know about the truck. I don't know, Darren, whether old Tom's still about. He wasn't when I left. He left 2 years back. I think he'd probably retired. He wasn't even doing the locals. He was an old bloke, was Tom, about 70-odd-year-old, fantastic guy at Drapers where he used to look. He used to do the shunting on the dock and stuff. I don't know. You're a funny man. Thank you. I don't know, is that good or a bad thing?
Oh, I was going to comment about the Thai wife with the so every 2.5 years, that's true, you have to re-up your paying into the NHS, but after 5 years you're eligible for citizenship, and I don't understand why anybody would want to apply for the citizenship, and then once you're a citizen you do not have to keep doing it every 2.5 years.
We were thinking about staying in England at first before we moved back over here, and then Stephanie got pregnant, she wanted to move back over. But it was going to be so expensive. Well, I have the 2 stepkids as well. It was going to be like $1,500 a year each. I couldn't earn the money to support the family either in England being a truck driver. I just couldn't earn enough. And I could earn enough, but the expenses of living are just too expensive. Where are you going? So that was one of the pros and cons. We're lucky. We're in a deal where we could make the choice either moving here or living over there. So I had a stroke just before Christmas. Who was that then?
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Hope it wasn't Trigger. Trigger drives for them, don't they?
No, I didn't drive for them.
Oh. Somebody
the red diesel in the States. No, we use the same white diesel in the reefer in the fridge as we do in the truck, but we just write it down and then they claim the tax back on it and pay less price for it. The truth. I missed one. We'll do a record of vlogs. We're on. We're using the GoPro. She's just bought me a new one, the 9. Do your trucks have just about all the trucks are fitted with microwaves? Yeah, the long distance stuff and things like that. They've all got them in. There was somebody else as well, Draper. Yes, thinking about the Draper thing. Remember the blood pressure. Check your blood pressure. It's very, very important. Mine had creeped right up. Steph checked mine, and we realised that it was hideously high. So it could be a little sneaky thing that can get you. I felt absolutely fine, but I was borderline. Could have had a stroke or heart attack at any time, a bit hyper and things like that. So I just got some tablets and it's brought it right down. So happy days. But just like I say, check that fucking blood pressure, especially in England. You can just not nip to the doctors and you can get it for nothing. When you come back to the UK, can we meet the star trucker that you are?
Cheers, do want to go to that one?
Yeah, we're saying that.
Thing in near Hornsey, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I want to be back for the motorbike event as well in Hornsey, the annual motorbike event, which I raised quite a bit of money for the air ambulance one year when I rode to Kazakhstan. So that's a favourite of mine. And in my hometown as well. So hopefully I'll be trying to get back for that.
Oh, not all trucks have microwaves. Somebody asked. No. The newer ones do, but the older ones
all the long distance ones will probably fit them in for you. Mine was put in. I think it was Charlie, Darren, that had an accident. No, I certainly spoke to Charlie the other day. He was driving. We came in. Me and Charlie speak quite regular. Wasn't Charlie, but he didn't mention it. When you see vodka, so Darren, is that drink more vodka or less to keep the blood pressure down? RE logs better than tacos. Just briefly on the logs and things like that. 11 hours driving, 10 hours off, up to 70 hours in no more than 70 hours in 8 days. 4 hours off and restart. So Air Ambulance does an amazing job. They do. And it's, remember, Air Ambulance, when you contribute to that Air Ambulance, the majority of your money is actually going into the pot. It's going where it is. Unlike Oxfam, what's the other one? The child thing or something like that. Well, probably only 10 pence of your pound will actually reach the people it needs to get to. So Air Ambulance, yeah, and it's all a relief aid job. It's nothing from the government. So remember that, guys. All your ambulances are, not just Yorkshire Air Ambulance, all your air ambulances, I think they're in England, are all, it's all money. Can somebody sort Jack out, please?
I just did.
If I want an owner-operator, I would love a Kenworth. I really would, or a Peterbilt, a bonneted with the finished off the dogs, danglies. They really are, and that. But when they're doing 2 miles an hour, 2 miles to the gallon, less than what my Freightliner is, I forget I'm trying to earn money out of the job. So I probably would go with the Freightliner still, because of the simple reason I really like the Detroit engine, and it's economical and it'll earn me a lot more money. Whereas I struggle to understand. I've tried to do the maths on some of these big Peterbilts, and they're getting 4 to the gallon and shit like that. And I don't know how they're making a living having to pay for that amount of fuel out of fuel. That one high, fuel out of them. So probably yes, would stick with the old freight shake. I don't take aspirin. No. I've just got, I don't know what they are. What tablets are they? Some random things to the doctor give me. You do a lot of charity with blood bites. That, John, that was a job that I would like to have done, delivering organs and things like that, motorbike dispatch. That would be a good job, yeah.
Do you ever see a European truck? Like with European, make and model, or a European
make? No, not plate, model. I saw an MAN one down, Mexican one down by the Mexican border. I thought, you poor bastard.
Volvos are European, aren't they?
Yeah, but they don't. The Cavalry, they're on about the Cavalry. Yeah, I've seen one Scania bullnose, one of them H's or M, whatever they are. I've seen one, but no, we don't see them. DAF are trying to push their trucks over here, but they're not really happening. They don't like change. Wash your bloody hands, see, Molly. Thank you very much. Oh, I need to have a dram of whiskey before I go to bed there, Steph. There you go.
He sneaks plenty of drams of whiskey before bed when he's home.
Double drives. Just about all of them, Steve. All double drives. Yeah, really. When you're home, when you're driving a truck. I'm not allowed to answer. I can't answer. Moving on. And the weekly 100 mile. Time, yeah, it is, really is. The Volvo Scania. It is, Stuart, you know, that mileage and things like that. Like I say, I don't know how. I think a lot of the guys I talked to with the custom Peterbilts and Kenwoods and all that shit, where they're paying, you know, 60, 70 grand more for that truck as well. I know if they're doing as a tax write-off, it's only a write-off and things like that. But a lot of them are keeping those trucks, you know, customizing. I find the guys that used to use them are retired, semi-retired sort of guys who are doing it for the crack of doing it. You know what I mean? And they're that's how they can afford to do it. They're in no big rush or anything like that. So as long as it earns a little bit of pocket money, they are happy. Daddy's Packer anyway. I don't get that.
He must have made a comment up above that we missed.
Do I know Joe from Dumfries works in Curry's? Joe didn't have the Magnum. Joe had Joe the Bean. I think you're on about, Neil. Joe the Bean. Yes, I talked to Joe the Bean regular. Well, I ain't spoke to him for a bit. He's a very good friend of mine. I used to run up from Spain with him quite a few times, and that. In fact, I think he told me how to put the wire on. Good man. He can drive hard, can that guy? He's in the office now, I think, at Curry's. Yeah, cracking guy. What's the easiest way of getting over to America? Go to Canada. Don't go to America. You aren't going to get into America.
Not right now.
Not right now. It might do in the future. Keep in Keep looking, keep watching. As soon as I find something, I will let you all know because the driving jobs are there's lots of them out there. Do they have bulk tippers? Yes, they do. Doing animal feed? Yes, right across from my yard. There's a big company. What's the gear? I don't know. It's like ape hangers on a motorbike. That's what it is. It's penis extension thing. There you go. Lee, we have different ones. We have Peterbilts. There's a woman who drives for us wanted a Volvo, so he got her a Volvo, one of them new Volvos. I'm not too sure happy looking. I think it's a bloody ugly looking truck, is that Volvo? But she wanted a Volvo. She got a Volvo. It's basically if you wanted whatever on hire lease, it doesn't really matter. It's just a figure. So we've got Peterbilt's Volvo. Majority are Freightliners, the older ones and stuff like that. So what else have we got? Peterbilt Volvos. Freightliners. Oh, we've got one of them international things.
Do you have any Kenworth?
No, Kenworth. Okay. International, but that's on hire lease as well. Has anybody tried to sell an Avica in the States? Shoot them for 3 out of them. Oh, I'm sorry. They look. It's like a new model. Just stick with that Avica. Give them it's any new model that comes out, car, motorbike, whatever. They're always teething problems with them. You know. Give them a year or so down the line. Don't buy one now if you're going to buy an Avica. Wait until it's got rid of all its teething problems. They look a nice truck. Looks good. There isn't really any bad trucks out on the road anymore. It's not like the days of Leylands and shit like that. You know, there is good trucks. Do they have Mercedes trucks in the US that are meant to be? Freightliner is part of Mercedes, which is part of Daimler, which is all part of them. Luckily, we don't have the Mercedes engine. I have a Detroit engine. We don't use the Mercedes. They used to use Mercedes years back in the earlier Freightliners, but not anymore. We decided against it. Stick with the Cascadia. I love it. Yeah, Lee. Get him in. No speed limiters on. As I notice with my eyes closed. Okay. Vibration, everything falls off. Yeah, it can't be that bad. I don't know. Magnum was brilliant, but I had his old Magnum. I might have, Neil. I don't know what, because I left to come back to England 20 odd years ago, something like that. So he might have had a Magnum over that. I know. What's his name? Had a Magnum there. Skinny guy, ginger hair. Can't remember his name now. But yeah, the Magnum was another truck I really liked. Not moving off. Because I just explained earlier, Callum, it was cheaper and better for us to move over here for the opportunities, and I could earn more money and have a better life living in America as well. Plus, I love the American trucks. And my wife wanted to move back, so it was their choice, really. So I was like, hell yeah.
I wanted to come back home, at least temporarily, because all my family is over here, and I was pregnant and wanted to give birth in the United States so that Jack could have dual citizenship.
Yeah, she's nodding now, and I'm boring.
No,
do you like automatic trucks? I love automatic trucks. Absolutely love them. I've been in automatic trucks for a lot of years now. I won't go back to a stick. I used a stick when I first moved back over here. They give me an automatic first, and then they give me another one with a stick, and I was like, what the fuck do I do with that? I took it over to East Coast, dissed it something bad, and they took me out of it. I had a real temper tantrum over it. I was making tunes all the way there and back, so I was flinging toys out of that thing like a bitch. I really was.
You having a temper tantrum?
Never. This happened. So yes, Edward, as I just said to somebody else, the auto is for me. You just got to remember how to drive them, especially in the snow. You've got to remember, you've got to practice driving it in manual, an automatic driving it in manual. Get used to that stick. Get used to going up and down the gears in manual. Then they're the best thing going. Why do they have it's just basically the looks when they've got the stretched out long chassis and things like that. It's just in between the cab. I thought it was bloody ridiculous at first, but now I'm quite warm into it. I think it looks real cool. It wouldn't look right on mine on a freight shake, but on the old classics, it looks really good. Can't beat the splitter box. You'd look with Dean, you crack on with them splitter boxes and range change. I've been there, I've done all that shit. It's not for me. Not for me anymore. No, thank you. Apart from that, how can I eat my burger as I'm driving along if I've got to change gear? Sure, it's the tea, boy. You gotta have the big old tea going on. So I think that's about it. Are we wrapping up?
It's up to you. I know I could probably get up and move around and make some lunch because
what was your
hungry
worst
children.
AA road that you remember driving in the UK? What was it worst? I don't know. There's quite a few ones out there, I'll tell you. Where am I going next? I'm going over the east side. I'm hopefully Florida. Run to Florida. That is just some sun or something like that. Probably Georgia, though. There's a lot of money with the apples going out of the east at the moment. They're paying out of eastern Washington over to Georgia and stuff. They're paying pretty well. So it'd probably be up there.
Between October and March, Vernon is always hoping for Florida. Every time he goes out, he's in hopes of going to Florida.
Used to drive a Ford, and I bet it was. Good luck with that, bro.
Do you miss brown sauce? We have brown sauce in the fridge, actually.
Used to stay with his belly. Yeah. It looks like Steph was falling asleep. She was, yeah. She needs a good cup of tea.
I've had two.
Yeah, the brown sauce, Richard, I don't really miss it that much because we haven't got the black pudding. I only usually do brown sauce with black pudding or something like that, which I really miss the black pudding. We don't get black pudding. Breakfast is shit over here. Fried breakfast is just not a thing. The bacon, seriously, I love America, don't get me wrong, and the people and that. But the bacon, it's not real. It's like this crisp thing. It's ridiculous.
It's streaky bacon. That's skinny, streaky, fatty bacon, and it's cut from a different part of the pig, and so it's just not the same. I do really, really miss the bacon in England.
What was the best services in the UK? Didn't really like the services that much. Junction 28 truck stop were the best ever steak pie to die for. Absolutely brilliant. Used to stop there very regular. What's Steph cooking for dinner? It's
I'm doing a Sunday roast, but I'm doing a roast chicken.
Yorkshire tea, of course, obviously. No black pudding, sorry. Yeah, it's shit. So I'm glad I'm doing something good there. Cheers, buddy. Black pudding, bacon and eggs, stop it. Fried bread, double dipped, yeah.
Chesterfield. I used to live in Chesterfield.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit for a short while.
Covered in syrup. Yes, they are all covered in syrup and rubbish. What's a blood sausage?
Well, that's black pudding. Is blood sausage. Yeah. It's the same.
Strippers in the club. That's going back. It's Junction 28, not 29, isn't it? I thought. Yeah, it's 29. Sorry, you're right. My bad. That was going back in the day. There's some quality strippers there. Not, I'll say. Oh my God. Same with Alconbury. The old lads on the 604. You'll remember Alconbury. There was some terrible goings on in there. Anyway, moving on from that.
You can actually get black pudding. I can order it on Amazon, even 2-day delivery, but Vernon won't let me pay the expense. It's a bit pricey.
No. Junction 23 in Bad. What's the other one? The one over Wakefield Way or something like that. There's a good truck stop over there. That used to be pretty good. I used to stop there regular as well. That was good.
White pudding's horrible.
Yeah.
I agree.
Stop. Don't need none of that. Anyway, we're going down on the thing. So I think it's time we moved on and had breakfast. Thanks for the video, guys.
Breakfast?
I did dinner out. Had some dinner. Alconbury's now on, but yeah. Yeah, it was the Alconbury. It wasn't actually the Alconbury truck stop at the top there. It was further down. There was one a little bit further down. It's a big old gas station they built on there now. Yeah, Ferrybridge. They're not bad showers either. Ferrybridge was pretty good for the showers compared to England, for anywhere in England.
He says, buy a few pigs and make your own. We have chickens, but we're just inside city limits. Across the street is considered farm, rural. So I can't own pigs. But if I could
Whitwood, that's it, Malcolm. Thank you. Whitwood, that is a good truck stop. Say hi to the guys in Whitwood if you're going. The owner, and doing pretty well. Right, we're done. We're out. Wrap it up.
Oh.
See you all, guys. Thank you very much. And we'll catch you in a couple of weeks and what have you when I do another one.
I'll put the chicken in and close my eyes for a nap. Apparently, I need one.
And the street. Bye-bye.